Hi guys,
Hey.
we're back for another Graves review. It's been a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's been a long time since we've done a movie review. We went to see the new Ghostbusters Afterlife after waiting a year.
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to be summer 2020, but we all know what happened. So we finally got to go see it, very excited, and we're here to talk about it.
Yeah.
And there's going to be spoilers. Major spoilers. Not minor. So if you don't want any, shut it off and come back.
Yeah.
You've been warned. Because there's a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
How about we start with at the beginning of the movie. It opens up with Callie and her kids.
No. It opened up before that, didn't it? It was on the farm.
Oh, yeah.
The farm with the...
With Egon.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Opened
but
up on his little farm there.
it doesn't clearly show Egon, but
Yeah.
you assume it was Egon, obviously.
Yeah.
Trying to catch a ghost, and he failed.
Yeah.
Which ultimately led to his death. That happens at the beginning of the movie, so that's not a really big spoiler.
Yeah.
Then we go to Callie and the kids, which we soon find out is Egon's daughter and grandkids. The one thing that bothered me about it at first is they made Egon seem like a deadbeat father. Like, she clearly said at one point he was an asshole, like he abandoned us. But
Yeah.
that kind of bothered me because Harold Ramis passed away, as we all know.
Mm.
But they do make up for it.
Yeah.
There was a method to his madness. Everybody thought he was crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody thought he was crazy. What do they call him? The dirt farmer?
Dirt farmer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody in the new town calls him Dirt Farmer. And so that's where it started. Of course, when he passed away, she inherited the house, the old farmhouse, that he went to once he abandoned his family and friends.
Mm-hmm.
And then we've seen the commercials. You've seen the trailers. The kids find the Ecto-1. They find the Proton Pack. I think the comedy was mostly provided by Paul Rudd and podcast.
Mm-hmm.
We got to talk about podcast.
Yeah. He was cool.
I'll let you talk about him because you liked him a lot.
Yeah, didn't she start like a summer school or something?
Yeah.
The
That's
kid
what threw
there,
me
the
off
girl.
at first because they said at the beginning of summer, we're going to spend our summer in this little town in the middle of nowhere. Then all of a sudden she's going to school. Like, did they skip a couple months?
Yeah.
It was summer school.
Yeah, she went to summer school and she meets this kid podcast. He's like,
I like his reason.
Sits down beside her and in her face and starts, interviewing her, sticks this great big mic in her face and she's just like, what the hell? But
I like his reasoning now. Why do they call you podcast? I call myself podcast because I have a podcast.
Yeah.
Can't get any more basic than that.
Yeah. No,
He was pretty funny though.
He was good. He was good.
And of course, it's a Ghostbusters movie, so all hell breaks loose.
Yeah.
They unknowingly release a ghost. Actually, Paul Rudd does that. He's a summer school teacher. Gary, that was his name.
Yeah.
Yeah, him and podcast and Phoebe unleashed the ghost. And all hell breaks loose after that.
Right.
I will say there's one part of the movie I didn't really care for. I found it was like, oh, that was lame as shit. I'll be honest. I thought about it in the theater.
Mm.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. You can see that dude up there. But I loved Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. But it seemed like a cheap knockoff of Baby Groot and Baby Yoda.
Mm-hmm.
Baby Stay Puft Marshmallow Man.
Yeah.
And there was like hundreds of... that part to me kind of was really lame.
Yeah.
I could have done without that part of the movie. Like, really done without that part of the movie.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give away everything, but there are going to be major spoilers in there because obviously we've seen that 2016 movie where they had Dan Aykroyd, that's his character, Bill Murray, and Ernie Hudson make cameos, but not as themselves, not as the characters.
Right.
This, they were actually, because it's in the universe of the original Ghostbusters, they reference it in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of cool because they're online looking at clips of it, and the clips is actual footage from the 1984 movie, which is one of my favorite movies of all time. So it was so cool.
Yeah.
So, because Phoebe calls. One thing I found weird. She calls. Remember the old commercial from the original movie? Call 555 if you have ghosts. She calls the number and Ray answers. It's been 30 years and the number's still there. Like he's in a different building and everything, but the same number.
Yep, took his phone number with him. He's got the old red phone.
That part was kind of, I don't know,
Yeah.
kind of lame. It's one of those things that only happen in movies.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what a coincidence. But yeah, it was kind of, that was a number from a commercial.
Yeah.
30 years ago. But yeah. I did like how they referenced a lot of the original. Like, Paul Rudd's character knew about the history.
Yeah.
He thought the ghost trap was a replica until it started spouting shit.
Yeah.
The commercial gate showed a lot of it. But I did notice the trailers showed nothing from the third act of the movie. They kept all of that a secret, which I liked.
Yeah.
Because the commercial showed them in the Ecto-1 driving through town.
Yeah.
That ghost from the commercial is voiced by Josh Gad.
Yeah.
I like Josh Gad. I like him a lot. Love Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
But I'd say this movie really was about Phoebe.
Yes.
Phoebe was the star of this movie. McKenna Grace.
Yeah.
She did a great job in this. This movie was all about her.
Yeah, she was, I liked her. She was really good.
She did a good job as kind of a child female Egon Spengler.
Yeah.
She did a great job.
Yeah.
The acting was pretty good. It was... The original was... I want to say an action, comedy, like everything mixed in. This one did a good job of replicating that.
Yeah.
Whereas the 2016 remake went for flat out slapstick comedy.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was his downfall. But
Yeah.
this movie did a great job of bringing that. Mm-hmm. And of course, I almost cheered in the theater because I knew it was going to happen. I knew it was coming as a fan of movies. When the 3 original Ghostbusters showed up to help.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Like they were all there, and of course we, Zool, are you a god? Ray, come on! Because remember the original, he said no. She didn't like that. So yes, we're all gods down here. That part I almost cracked up. I just like Peter's face, like Ray. They all did a good job. Ray had the comedy. Peter had the one-liners, and Winston was the man.
Yeah.
But we all knew it was coming. It was kind of exactly like the first one. We had Zool, Gozer, and the 2 characters get turned into the... They keep calling them dogs, but they weren't dogs.
Devil dog things.
Demon dogs.
Yeah.
Except for instead of Sigourney Weaver and Rick Moranis, it was Paul Rudd. And who played the mother? Carrie Coon.
Yeah.
Carrie Coon.
Yeah.
So it was them 2. But that part was kind of lame too. When they met up as the gatekeeper and keymaster. That part was kind of dorky.
Yeah.
Because they went for more comedy. Like,
yeah.
that part was kind of not as good as Sigourney Weaver and Rick Moranis. But it's Paul Rudd, so you knew there was going to be something goofy in there.
Yeah.
But it was, all in all, I think it was a great movie. I will admit, as I said at the beginning, I'm a huge Ghostbusters fan. Huge fan of Harold Ramis and all the Ghostbusters, actually. But I actually teared up in the theater because CGI allowed them to recreate Harold Ramis as a ghost. It was so great.
Yeah.
I don't think I was the only one either.
Yeah. Yeah,
it was really good.
That was pretty cool because he was like, you know, he was there through the whole movie. He
kind of led Phoebe along.
His spirit was in the house and, you know, showing her the way and stuff. It was pretty cool. And then they brought him.
He helped her aim the proton pack.
Yeah, and he hung around after to kind of.
He didn't speak, everybody. Obviously.
Yeah, they couldn't.
He didn't speak, but
they couldn't get a voice for him. But
I like how the other Ghostbusters looked at him.
Yeah.
Because Phoebe was standing by the other 3 Ghostbusters, and Harold Ramis was kind of helping her, so they kept looking over.
Yeah.
That was a touchy moment too, when all 3 got a chance to speak to him.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah. That was.
I liked that a lot. It was I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I hate to keep bringing up that 2016 remake, but after that, I went into this with very low expectations.
Yeah.
Very, very low. But I think it helped having the director's son of the original.
Mm-hmm.
He had a part in this. He helped write it.
Yeah.
And the actual original director was on set.
Right.
I think they did a really great job. I really do.
Yeah.
And there's a mid-credit scene and a post-credit scene. The mid-credit scene was more just a playback of the original, how the movie opened. When it first showed Peter Venkman doing an ESP test with the cards.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But the post-credit scene sets up a sequel, I hope.
Right.
But it looks like the sequel is going to be set in New York City. So, Phoebe was the star of this movie.
Yeah.
Are they going to move to New York? Or are they going to somehow just get her in? I can't see a sequel without the kids. I can't.
Yeah.
Even her brother Trevor. Like, Phoebe was the star, but Trevor played a big part in it. He drove the Ecto-1.
They tried to put him in quite a bit too. Like, he had his part in discovering, because, like you said, he discovered the car in the barn. And
he fixed it up.
Yeah, he was.
Sort of.
It was kind of funny at the beginning. He's in their little crappy apartment. He's sitting there trying to eat his breakfast, and the mother's trying to, like, cut his hair, and hair's falling in the food and stuff. And he's sitting there, and he's like useless teenage boy, knock at the door, like, right beside him, and he won't get up and open the door. And she's like, "Can't you open the door? Can't you get that?" And he's like, "I'm a teenager." It's like, don't give a crap. Get up and answer the door, useless. But then they show him on this road trip to the farm, and he's on the side of the road under the hood, like, fixing the car. Like,
He's the man of the house.
Yeah, like, you're calling you're the lazy teenager one second, and then you're like the freaking mechanic, 15-year-old mechanic next minute. So it's kind of funny.
We never did find out who their father was, though. I don't think it mattered.
Didn't say the father. She talked about
because Egon was the mom's father, but then Paul Rudd asked what about the father, but
yeah, she didn't.
So
really
we don't know
say
who
anything.
he was. I don't think it mattered.
Yeah,
unless we'll find out later, maybe.
Said he couldn't relate to the daughter because she was like freaking super genius.
Egon.
Yeah, she.
Who was the mother though? Because I never said who Egon had the kid with. Because I had a suspicion it was Janine, but that was kind of proven not really be true, I guess.
Yeah.
Because Janine made an appearance. Annie Potts, that's right.
Yeah.
She welcomed them to the house. So she was obviously in touch with Egon all those years.
She looked after, like, paid the bills or something like that. She looked after the bills even though he had, like, no money or something, I guess.
And we found out from the post-credit scene, if you pay attention, Winston helped pay his bills too.
I thought he paid for the bookstore.
He did, but he helped Egon too.
No, did he? Okay.
Yeah. Winston got rich.
Yeah. He's living the dream.
Yeah. Peter went back to teaching in academia.
Yeah.
So, it was really well done. It was well worth the wait, I found.
Yeah.
After waiting a year for it, this week went so slow for me waiting to go see it. This Ghostbusters movie.
Yeah.
Did a great job. I hope there's a sequel. Really hope so.
Mm-hmm.
That's really all. I think we gave away most of the movie. If you haven't seen it yet, we warned you.
There's probably quite a bit.
Yeah, because we don't want to go over no
much
detail. We'd be here for an hour if we went over the entire movie.
God, yeah. It was...
But it was a lot like the first one as far as the villains go. The main ghost.
Yeah.
But there was a lot of throwbacks, though. They talked about the original building that they blew up in New York because of Gozer.
Yeah.
The person that made that building, designed that building, was the dead dude, J.K. Simmons.
Right.
The one that came alive later. Podcast.
Yeah.
That dude's alive. But
yeah.
podcast helped too.
Yeah.
He helped get rid of all those mini Stay Puft Marshmallow Men.
Yeah. He came out looking like a marshmallow man at the end.
Picture Winston at the end of the first one with all marshmallow everywhere. That was podcast this time.
Yeah. He was covered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All in all, I think he did a great job of bringing it back.
Mm-hmm.
And it really made me emotional. I don't think... Because I'm a diehard Ghostbusters fan, and I imagine anybody else that is probably felt the nostalgia watching it. Certain parts of it. I imagine stuff I missed.
Right.
Because I may be a diehard Ghostbusters fan, but I have a horrible memory at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's probably stuff I missed, other people picked up on. And if you love Ghostbusters as much as I did, seeing that CGI Harold Ramis probably did it to you too. It probably did.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah.
Would you like to rate it, or?
No, you go for it.
It's been a long time since I've used my Willow system. Because it's been a long time since we've done a review of a movie.
Right.
Out of my 5 Willows, it has been a while, so in case you forget, Willow's our dog.
Right.
I'm going to give it 4. I would give it 5 if it wasn't for that damn Stay Puft Marshmallow Man part.
Yeah, they showed up.
That and the part with the gatekeeper and the keymaster. That was kind of...
Yeah, that was pretty lame.
That was lame as shit. If they would have cut that out and just kept the baby Stay Puft Marshmallow Man out, I would have loved it even more.
Yeah.
But it's still one of those movies where the day it comes out on Blu-ray, I'm buying it.
Yeah.
I am. I'm owning that shit. I got the other two.
Yeah.
We'll ignore the remake one. I'm not buying that. No. But yeah. Great movie. Go see it. Even if you haven't seen the original Ghostbusters, I think it works.
Oh yeah, you don't have to. There was a lot of people. I don't know if they had showed the original to their kids, but this was the most packed I've seen a theater in a long time.
Since COVID.
Yeah, and it was like kids everywhere, and I could hear now when I go to the movies, I have to put earplugs in, or it's just way too loud and kills my head. So I put the little foam earplugs in, and even through the little earplugs, I could hear is just kids giggling the whole time. They were laughing the whole time. They thought it was great.
Great movie.
Yeah, they were having a great time. So
rest assured, we're gonna buy it.
Yeah.
I give it 4 Willows out of 5 Willows. Excellent movie. I recommend it. If I didn't work next weekend, I'd probably go see it again. I would.
Yeah.
I liked it that much.
Yeah.
And that surprised me because I wasn't expecting to.
Yeah.
Just because I hold the first Ghostbusters with such high regard. I wasn't expecting to like this one very much.
Yeah.
But that's just me. Maybe I was being Ghostbusters snobby or something. Is that a thing?
Could be.
We'll say it is. That's it for me, everybody.
Yeah.
That's it for you?
That's it for me, too.
That's it for us. Our first Grey's review in a very long time.
Yes.
Hopefully it won't be as long before the next one. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.